Charity Ketchemonia, Nindisnika's Keeseekoose First Nation, Treaty 4, Anishinaabe, with the language, I feel like everybody, even the ones that aren't fluent in our language, that I think that there's hope and that there's a blood memory within all of us. Like I really strongly believe it because when I taught pre-KK, the students didn't know anything about like, oh, I don't know how to like they didn't know anything about speaking the language. And there were students that could barely even they were like 3, 4 year olds, some of them could barely even talk like basic English words. But for some reason, when we started speaking Anishinaabe, like Nakwe, they could just pick it up. It was just like natural. It was just like it just came so natural, and that's where it really sparked like an interest with me even more to keep on going with them. I think it helps me stay connected to my ancestors, and I think it helps keep me grounded, and I feel like I'm more connected to who I am. It's hard to explain. Like it's hard to explain when you feel it like in your heart, like that you want it so bad. And when I started teaching language to my students, that's where it hit me. It was like, oh, these, they were so into it. I could be teaching a lesson about anything, and like it's kids get off track, but with language, it was just they were just right into it, and it just like it fueled me from there. It was just like, oh, I need to keep going with this. I need to keep going with this. I need to keep on, bring in more words, bring in phrases. And by the end of the year, like I had the kindergarten kids, they had like 90 phrases and words by the end of the year. And so we learned together. We were connected. I think that's like the big term is like connection, like feeling connected to each other, because there's no age limit, right? It's for everybody, and it could be used anywhere. Well, it's growing because I don't want to just teach it now. I want to be more like a part of the process. Like I think that our language should be in offered in the classroom as a curriculum for like under the provincial curriculum, right? And I know recently Nakota was brought into the curriculum, so why can't other languages like that's one of my ultimate goals is to like help develop in some way. I understand I understand how children's minds grow and what the steps that like you need to get there. Like I know sometimes people are like, well, they need to learn phrases, they need to learn all. I was like, it goes in steps. It's baby steps. It's just like when you walk, when you run, when you say words in English. It's like it all comes in time. Just like me, like my language. It's like kind of just gradually getting there. Like I know that even coming here and being a part of this is a big step for me because I was like, well, I was so honored to be a part of it and be asked to be here. And I was like, you know what, this is really gonna encourage me even more to pick up more of my language and go farther with my education, because that is one of my goals is to become a language teacher, right? Not just like incorporating it into the classroom like for 30 minutes an hour, but to also like do it full time. I just want to say that language is a beautiful thing, and that we can all start with something small and we can build from there and go from there. And it, for me, I felt like it was my responsibility to keep going with it. And I knew I had the opportunity being a teacher in the classroom, and I knew I had the opportunity to bring it into children's lives more rather than just teaching what our Western education. I want to incorporate more of our teachings and our language into the classroom. And at first I was afraid because I was like, well, what do I do? Where do I start? So I started really small and I just built from there and I built from there. And then we were encouraging each other, the students and I, and we were connecting together with our culture and our language. And it just kept going from there. And then teachers were also coming to me and they would be like, well, how do you do this? Or what do you do? How do you say that? I was like, just start small, So even like the non-First Nations teachers, they were showing more interest in our language in the school.